it's Lori from Lollipop Paper and Ink. Thank you for joining me today. It's Friday, and it's the last Friday of the month, so that means we are going to be showing our alternate projects for the Paper Pumpkin Club for May, which was the a kit in color. Now, please just bear with me 1 second. I was just bragging last time how I've been able to show up on my Facebook Live, not backwards, not sideways. And then I found out my last one earlier this week, I was in a completely different group that I should have been on. And it was a private group, I wasn't even able to share it. So that was a little disappointing, but I ended up uploading it and to YouTube, so I did get to put the replay up there, and that was my mini class that I had done. And so anyway, that's done. I'm not going to dwell on it. It seems like I'm okay. I'm not sideways, so we're just going to go right ahead with it. This was the May Paper Pumpkin Kit called A Kit in Color, and you can see it is very colorful. The thing is, the special part about this was that this was an introduction to our new in colors that will be available in the new catalog, which comes out next Wednesday. So that was exciting that we were going to get a little sneak peek into it. This is what it looked like. It's a very fun set, bright, cheerful, happy. This is how the box always comes if you are new to Paper Pumpkin. It's a kit. It's a subscription. It comes every month. You can do a month to month. You can do 3 months. You can cancel at any time. So this is what you get. You have the pictures of what it's going to be. In this case, there were 4 full-size cards and 1 set of note cards. 2 designs with 4 each of the regular size card and 4 of a note size card. And then you have the directions. But you know, honestly, you just have to look at the pictures. It's not that difficult. So this is where you get all your goodies. Beautiful lined envelopes, all of the card bases that we could use, and that we will be using on some of them. And then you get your own. You get adhesive, you get dimensionals, twine, and the other special part about this was that we got a little ink spot of the new color Misty Moonlight, which is one of my favorites. Second favorite. Can't decide if it's either that or just Jade. So anyway, so this is what you get every month. It's chock full. It's plenty to work with to make many cards. There's usually more cutouts and embellishments than you actually need. So what I like to do on my Facebook Friday for the Paper Pumpkin is show you the projects just as is, as the directions instructed us to make. And then I show you 3 alternates that I did using the same ingredients that were here in this box. But the point is that then I do 3 additional alternates to show you that you can, once all this is all used up, you can still use your stamp set to make unlimited amount of cards going forward. So that's what we're going to do today. So let me show you what we're going to be using. Some of this stuff here, but let me show you what came in the box as far as the instructions. This was the first card. This was the smaller note size card, and it had the adorable matching envelopes. It's very cute, very colorful, very happy, uplifting. This was the other one that was there. It had the cutout. These were all cutouts that came with the kit. These little clouds on top of the rainbow. It's beautiful. A little enamel stars or flowers, and the twine, excuse me, came right with it. And this was the 3rd design that came exactly, I did it exactly as instructed. Then I just took some of the same paperwork and embellishments that were there in the kit, and I just made my own. I used a little bit of the little note card one in the purple posy, and just added, I used the Stitch So Sweetly dies for this piece underneath here, the rainbow DSP, and put a piece of vellum over it, which the vellum came right in there with it for the hay card, and added a few little dots. This image here, You're Amazing, I stamped it, but I just stamped the U part, and then I just cut it out and I popped it up with some dimensionals right here. And this also was a white, Whisper White, that was cut out from the Stitch So Sweetly dies. So that was my first one. My second one was, I just took one of the card bases that came with it. I don't know if there's another one here. Oh yeah, I think so. So here, this is how it came, and I just used, I sliced it, and I used one image. I cut it down to 5 1/4 by 4, the solid cardstock, and then the printed image I cut down to 5, so that would have been 3 1/4 by 5. So, and I just layered them on top. I used the tag that was from the You're Amazing, the first card, this vellum tag, which I could get a lot more use out of, and just layered it up. I stamped it with, this is crumb cake ink. Unfortunately, no one was able to get the ink colors, the new in color ink pads with our pre-order, but they will be available next week out of the catalog. So we had to improvise a little bit. That's why it was so exciting to get this one, and I hope it lasts until I get my actual ink spot. So, and I just wrapped it up with a little linen twine, and that was my second alternate project. This one was the same thing. Well, I just used I used the base just like they have it here. And what I did here, and we're going to do this on one of the one that we're going to do the demonstration on in a bit. So all I did here was I used the cutouts for the card, for the clouds here, and I used my Misty Moonlight color ink spot, and I used this as a stencil, and we're going to do that on the darker color in just a minute. But that's what I did. I used a sponge dauber all the way around, just those two. Excuse me. And then I popped this one out, or one of them. I think 3 or 4 of these sheets came. And then I took the same dauber and just ran some ink around that and popped it over. And I'm not sure if you can see, but I do have one of those cloud stenciled on the bottom. So that just popped up a little bit with dimensionals. I used the Oh Happy Day stamp and just trimmed that to, close to what it was, and that was it. Used 2 of the Misty Moonlight enamel pieces, and we were done. So that's our 3. So these are 3 of my 6 alternate projects, okay? And I'm going to add those to the box of what came. Now, these 3 are the ones that I did just using the stamp set. And I want to show you how I did this one here. I trimmed off one of the envelopes because they have such pretty liners in the inside of the envelope, and I wanted to use that as DSP. So I'll show you how we do that. And this one was the same thing. I just trimmed off the card front, the printed part of the card base that came with it, layered it on top of a piece of purple posy cardstock, and this I just stamped the hay on my on a layering circles dot with layering circles dies. This one I wanted to show you came from a new stamp set and dies. It's called Tasteful Touches, and the dies are beautiful, the stamp set is beautiful, and there is a little die here which is so adorable for a flag or a tag. And so I just wanted to use the I wanted to use the stamp set, which, what did I do with that? Let me find it just so I can show you. I always put things away. Oh, it's right in front of me. Okay, here it is. So I used one of these little rainbow arches, and I just wanted to just make that pop up a little bit. So I have the baker's twine running underneath it, and I just have that looking as if it's supposed to look like the bow is being tied between those two little arches. So that was one of my first completely alternate cards. And remember, if you're a part of my Paper Pumpkin Club, I will be sending out this afternoon the PDFs for the 3 totally alternate ones that I have designed for you. So if you're part of my Paper Pumpkin Club, and all you have to do is subscribe to be part of it, and then you get these 3 PDF tutorials with pictures and step-by-step instructions. So that's just what I do for my Paper Pumpkin subscribers. So anyway, but you can see that that was my first one, and I used the stamp set here, the hay. For this one here, like I said, I trimmed down and opened up one of the envelope so I could use the liner, and just added a little basic gray, and pink to me are my go-to. If I have a pink, I'm either going to go with smoky slate or basic gray. But I wanted to show you this one here. This is a new punch. It's called the Lovely Labels Take a Pick punch or something like that. And the reason they say that is because there are actually 6 ways that you can use this punch when you get it. And you'll see here that for my gray, basic gray in the back, this is a 1-inch strip. So you can see they have the sleeves for to either put in a 1-inch, a 3/4 inch, or a half an inch, and you would just slide it through, and you can see that this side of it has more of a squared off or a flat top to it. So that made this gray one, you can see here. It's just a little bit of a difference. So then I used for my sentiment a 3/4 inch strip of Whisper White, and I wanted that to sit on there with a little bit of a different edge to it. So I used this one here, and I used the, you would see once you have it cut to the 3/4, you're going to see that it's going to slide right in there beautifully. So again, this will be available on Wednesday. It's in the new catalog. So okay, so we're going to do that after we do this one. So this is the one we're going to do together. And oh, I have a little strand here. Okay, so I did the same thing here. What I did was I took the get this stuff ready here. I took the cloud outline, the negatives, and what I did was, we can just start it together here. What I did first is I taped it down a little. Now, I thought I brought some washi tape here, only because when you're using stencils, it just might move around a little bit on you, and you want to kind of have a flat base. You don't want to have to be redoing it. So I'm just going to put a tiny bit on the corners. See how easy that moves around? And so this is fun to do. I like stenciling. I like using my sponge dauber. So when we had the opportunity to have a new color in hand, that's all I needed. Okay, so now what I'm also going to do is put just one little piece of tape on the stencil part too, because I want to make sure that it's that this doesn't be wiggling on me when I'm trying to sponge it. All right, so I'm just going to put that there. I can always pick that up and move it around. All right, so I have my sponge dauber. I'm just dabbing it into the Misty Moonlight, and I usually start off when I'm sponging out on a piece of scrap paper. And then work your way in. You're just going to do the outline. Give it a little dab. And that's it for that. Okay, now I'm just going to pick that up. You can make it as light or as dark as you want. And then maybe I'll just do like a half of one over here. I don't want that to go on the cardstock, so that should be fine. Okay, so again, I'm just going to dab off first, and then as you start on the white, on the scrap paper, and just roll it, that's all. And try to keep it on the white, so you don't want it to be going off on the other side. So this one I'm going to make a little bit darker, because this is going to show a little bit more. Okay, there we have two, and you can just see the depth that it gives you. So let's just try one more here. I'll just do a little one, and same thing. Dab it off and roll it on. And obviously it showed up a lot more, a lot deeper on when I used it on the white. But I just wanted this to be subtle. Okay, here we go. All right, how about we just do one more here? Should I? Why not? Okay, got my tape down here. All right, don't move on me. All right, and we just want, and if you wanted to fill in, maybe not so much with this design, but if you wanted to fill this in, the same concept would take place, where you could just fill in the whole thing to make a really cute little design there. I'm going to get rid of that so I don't put my finger in it. Okay, and with the washi tape, this is going to lift up perfectly, and we're good to go for that. So that's a cute, nice, cute little background. All right, so I want to show you one other trick while I was here with the ink pad open. And I'll show you the difference in when we're using this. We'll use the You're Amazing. And now, normally if I was going to just do this on scrap and not worry, and then crop it out afterwards, I wouldn't be so worried about getting it on straight. But I do worry about that now, because I want to put this right on here, and I want it to be right the first time. So, but what I wanted to show you, and I'll show you the comparison of, let's say, this one here. You can see when I did this the first time, and this was the one that we did per the instructions, you can see when you have a very heavy image like that sometimes, and it's not just because it's a Stampin' Spot, that would happen really with any of your stamps, with any of your ink. You're going to see little white dots, and so it's not like full coverage. So you can see the difference here. It's totally full. And how I did that was, and you can do this with any stamp set, with any ink and stamp, but what I did was I put some Versamark on it first. And Versamark is what we use for embossing, for heat embossing, and it's sticky. So the embossing powder sticks to it. So in this case, what we want is the ink to stick to it a little better too. And oh my goodness, I've been using this a lot, this ink pad, so I hope that it has good coverage. Like I said, I hope it doesn't run out before I get my new stuff, which might be a while because there are major delays with all of our orders lately, which is understandable. All right, I'm just going to go for it, but you get the idea. You can put a lot of Versamark on. Maybe I didn't put that much on, and then give it a good press. It usually works. There we go. Perfect. All right, now I can get rid of this so I don't mess up. But you can see there's no white spots in that whatsoever. And it was really just because of the Versamark. So, okay, so now let's just do some layering. I took a piece of, oops, I forgot my rounder. Hold please. Here I am. Okay. I just wanted because of the clouds and because of the corners being rounded here, I just wanted to round off this a little bit. So this is a piece of, all the measurements will be in the PDF, but this is just a piece of the new DSP, the In Color 2020-2022 DSP. And this is one of the prints. This is the other side of it. There's 4 separate prints that you can get in the DSP pack. And this is the Misty Moonlight. So I just wanted to, this is the Trio Punch. Not sure if that's the exact right name. Something to do with Trio. And I'm just going to round that off a little bit. Okay. And just note that there is writing on here. So, and it has a lot to do with the mission statement of Stampin' Up! To share what we do and share what we love. I mean, to love what we do and share what we love. So just make sure if you are using this, it's very, very tiny, but make sure that you have it right side up. Okay, so I'm just going to add this to my card base, and it can be just, you can add it right on, let's see, I think I'm going to add it first. I may have put the ribbon on first before. All right, now before I put this onto the card base, which I have here, I'm going to run a little bit of the ribbon. This is the In Color Misty Moonlight ribbon. And instead of wasting it, because obviously I have to be very careful with it until we are able to order again. And you've seen me do this before. When I'm trying to save my ribbon and I want to make a bow or a knot, I'm just going to tape this to the back. I find it's the easiest and it's the most secure way to make sure that that ribbon stays put. And you just make sure that it's even, straight across. There we go. And then I'll take another little piece, and later I can just put a little bow on that. All right, so once that's on, then I'm good. I can put this right on here. See how simple this is? And you get, honestly, when I first opened the box, I'm like, oh, all right, well, let's see where this is going to take me. And it just does. When you have a box full of everything that you need, it's just so much easier to just get the designs in your head and then just go with it, and everything is there that you need. Okay, so let's see. We're just going to pop this up with some dimensionals. Add a few of the elements, the enamel elements. And there's a whole load of things in the new catalog with the new colors. And I do have a new In Color Club going on, which will start next week with the new catalog. And everybody that joins the club, I do need 5 people. So before we can start another club. And every month you get a bunch of goodies in the mail, all color coordinated, the cardstock, the ribbon, the ink, the refill, the card bases, everything. So if you're interested in that, I'll put the link into that under the video. Okay, so we are almost done. Here we go. Let me just take out a few more of these. This is how many they send you. Why can't I open it? All right, I have to cut it. And so much more to play with after you're done with these actual projects. And like I said, that's why I do these videos, to show you that just because you're done with whatever the ingredients are in this box, all the supplies, you can still just use what you have at home for anything more that you want to do with it. So, and then let's just put one little guy right here. There you go, done. See how simple that was? Okay, so let me just really quick show you. So that was our third one, but I wanted to show you how I, where is that pink one? How I cut down to get the DSP from here. So I used my trimmer, and all I did was just take it right to the edge. You just want to get rid of this glue line of where that came together, and then it will unfold right before your eyes. There you go. And that's all I did, and I just kept trimming it until I had what I wanted. So, and then here I didn't want the white on this one, so I just trimmed it as close as I could to get that. And then I cut it off here because I wanted it like right on the fold line, because I wanted it equal. I wanted it the border equal on either side. So it's not your standard layer size. But that's okay, because then what I did was I took the same idea and I cut this into a rectangle, and this way it added a little bit of color to the right side to balance it out a little bit. So there you go. I'm so excited. So as always, it's a little too late for this month, for May, because you always have to subscribe before the 10th of the month. But I did want to show you, this was in here. This is for our June kit that's coming, and this is going to be called the Box of Sunshine. And what makes this one special is that this is going to come with full-size cards and also some kind of treat holder. I'm not sure what it is, but the idea of this is also in the box will be included decals and labels to be able to take the box, decorate the box, fill it with goodies, and send it to somebody else. So you're sending a box of sunshine. So that's pretty new. So I'm excited about that, to see what's in there, what we can fill it with, goodies, treats, and then there's a label in there to send it off to somebody else, to share that sunshine with somebody. So I think that's a great idea. This has to be, you have to subscribe by June 10th. And since it is too late for this month, if you, my first subscriber for June, I always get an extra box of the current kit. So anyone who subscribes, the first person that subscribes between now and June 10th to get this box, I will send this to you in the mail. And you'll be good to go for however many months you want to subscribe for. So thank you again for spending some time with me today. I'm going to upload this probably to YouTube. So if you see it on the Facebook Live, or if you share it on the YouTube video, I would appreciate it. But either way, Facebook or video, it really helps. It helps me. And if you haven't subscribed yet to my YouTube channel, please do so, because then you'll get notified. If you click that little bell, you'll get notified of all my videos when they pop up. And as always, I will have the PDF tutorial for this, like I showed you, will go out in the mail or email this afternoon for the members of my club. And all you have to do is subscribe, or you're automatically a member. And if you have any questions or anything on these projects or anything else, you can just email me, or just visit my blog, or email me, just contact me, message me through this Facebook. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you all stay safe, stay positive, and stay healthy. Bye for now.